Hello aspirants, welcome to CSAT FIT in 25 days. This is day 9. In this class, we are going to discuss about percentage. This is part 2 of percentage. If you haven't watched part 1, first watch part 1 and then only watch this class. Now, see, in this class, first we will be discussing about the concept of AB rule. Concept of AB rule. Few questions we can solve by using AB rule. That is, when A into B is equal to constant, that is, if A increases, then B decreases to make it a constant. And these kind of questions, or if A decreases, then B increases to make this again a constant. मतलब ये product है वो change नहीं होगा. It is used in price into consumption is equal to expenditure. कॉन्सेप्ट में यूज करेंगे. जैसे प्राइस इंक्रीज हुआ पर कंजम्पशन कितना कम होना चाहिए टू मेक द एक्सपेंडिचर कांस्टेंट. In this kind of questions we use this AB rule. We'll do questions, you will get more clarity. Now क्वेश्चन से चलते हैं. क्वेश्चन से ही सीधा समझ लेते हैं कि ये भी रूल क्या है, कहां अप्लाई होगा. लेट्स सी द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. दिस इज क्वेश्चन आस्क्ड इन यूपीएससी सीडीएस 2017. देखो सीडीएस एसएससी इनफैक्ट सीसैट पेपर में भी क्वेश्चंस आर आस्क्ड फ्रॉम दिस टॉपिक. व्हेन प्राइस राइज इज 12%, if the expenditure is to be same, what is the percentage of consumption to be reduced? Say price into consumption is equal to expenditure. तो expenditure ये constant है. अब देखो price raised by 12%, so now price is increasing. Now if the expenditure is to be same, expenditure अगर constant रखना है, what is the percentage of consumption to be reduced? Consumption reduce करना पड़ेगा. मान ली if I have 100 rupees, 100 rupees पे मैं दाल खरीदता हूं. अब दाल का प्राइजेस इंक्रीज हो गया बट मेरे पास तो 100 रुपीज है, बट मेरे को कंजम्पशन कम करना पड़ेगा. सो प्राइजेस कितना इंक्रीज हुआ, कंजम्पशन कितना करना पड़ेगा, सो दैट माय एक्सपेंडिचर रिमेन्स सेम. दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट हियर. नाउ लेट्स सी हाउ वी अप्लाई एबी रूल. एबी रूल इज नथिंग बट a shortcut technique to solve these kind of questions. Say price is raised by 12%, so rise by 12%, that is 12% is what, 12 upon 100, and since it is raised we will take plus sign. So 12 upon 100, so if you cancel it, this is 4 3s are and 4 25s are, so this is plus 3 upon 25. This is raise. Now I need to decrease what is percentage of consumption to be reduced. Consumption reduce करना है, so I will take minus, reduce minus. Now what I do, this is जो ऊपर है उसको ऐसा रख लो 3, and जो नीचे प्लस 25 प्लस प्लस 3 कर लो. सो दिस इज माइनस 3 by 28. कितना परसेंटेज, दैट इज इनटू 100% कर लो. यू विल गेट आंसर. सी नाउ कैंसिल इट. 50s are and 14s are, then 7s are, 25s are, so that is minus 75. See 25 into minus 3, that is minus 75 upon 7. Minus 75 upon 7 कर लो. See 75 divided by 7. See 7 10s are 75. See 10 5 by 7%. It comes like this, right? If you remain, we start from here 10, 5 by 7%. So 10, 5 by 7%. Option D is the correct answer. Simple. ये भी rule use करके this kind of questions we can solve. CSAT में I am expecting question based on this in next 1 or 2 years. Now let's see next question. See, this is again question asked in UPSC CDS 2018. If the price of wheat raises by 25%, then by how much percent must man reduce his consumption in order to keep his budget the same as before? Again, price into consumption is equal to expenditure. Now, wheat prices are raising. Then now percent man must reduce his consumption. Consumption कितना reduce करना है to remain this constant. His budget constant, that is expenditure constant. So raises, since it is raises, so you use plus 25%. So plus 25% is what? Plus 25 upon 100, that is plus 1 by 4. Now consumption reduce करना है, so reduce is what? Minus 1 upon C. 4 plus 1 into 100%. So that is minus 1 by 5 into 100%. So 105, that is 20, so that is minus 20%. Minus 20% is reduce his consumption by 20%. Reduce his consumption by 20%. Okay, काफी easy, right? Now let's see next. See, this is question. ये कुछ SSC में पूछा हुआ है. Price of sugar is decreased by 10%. By what percent can a person increase the consumption so that there is no change in expenditure? Price of sugar is decreased by 10%. So minus 10%. So that is what? Minus 10 upon 100. So this is minus 1 by 10. By what percent can a person increase consumption? Increase consumption. So this is plus. अब देखो plus 1 जो ऊपर है वो ऊपर आएगा. Then 10 minus 1 upon 10 minus 1 is minus, so plus 1. 9, 10 minus 1 is 9 into 100%. So 1 by 9 upon 10, 100, right? 9 divided by 100. So this is 1s are 9, then 1 0, 1s are 9, 1. So 11 1 by 9. So that is 11 1 by 9%. Since it is positive, so it is positive. Increase the consumption so that no change. That is कितना? See, 100 by 9 दिया तो we no need to do calculation also. और अगर ये भी पूछ सकता है ऑप्शन में 11 1 by 9%. So this would be answer again. Simple. ये भी rule based question. Now let's see next. Is yes income is 25% more than income of B if income of B is how much percentage less than income of A. See, again this is second type of questions जहां हम ये भी rule apply कर सकता है. One is price into consumption is expenditure. दूसरा है कि A's income is 25% more than income of B and income of B is how much percentage less than the income of A. More and less का बात हो रहा है. तो when two variables, जब हम ये भी rule apply कर सकते हैं. Let's solve this question with A B rule. You will get more clarity. See, yes income is 25% more. That is plus 25%. That is what? Plus 25 by 100. That is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Now income of B is how much percentage less than income of A? Less का बात हो रही तो 1 upon 4 plus 1 into 100%. So that is what? Minus 1 by 5 into 100%. So that is 20 minus 20. So income of B is how much percent less than income of A? That is 20% less than income of A. With using ये भी rule. ये भी रूल यूज करके. अगर ये भी रूल नहीं है, नॉर्मल मेथड से करना है वो भी कर सकते हैं. सी, yes income is 25% more than income of B. So let's take income of B as 100 because with A का income referred with respect to B. So A's income is 25% more than income of B. So A का कितना हो गया 25% more. 25% of 100 is 25. So 125 हो गया A का income. Now income of B is how much percentage less than income of A? So B का कितना less है? So A minus B is 125 minus 100, that is 25. So B का 25 rupees less है income. So how much percentage में वो कितना? So that is 25 upon with respect to A का income से compare हो रहा है. So 125 into 100% हो जाएगा. So 25 ones are 25 fives are. So 5 20s are. So that is 20% less would be the answer. Say एक ऐसा भी कर सकता है और if we know ये भी rule ऐसा भी कर सकता है. इसमें कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं होगा इसमें कि कई बार विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू ये लेना है बी लेना है नीचे 100 100 आएगा वो कंफ्यूजन होगा. नाउ लेट्स डू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन यू विल गेट मोर क्लैरिटी. सी इफ राजधानी इज 16.2% slower than शताब्दी, then शताब्दी is faster. सी अब ये भी रूल कहाँ अप्लाई होगा? एक जगह एक इंक्रीज हो रहा है दूसरा भाई डिक्रीज हो रहा है उधर ये भी रूल वी कैन अप्लाई इट. सो हियर आल्सो वी कैन अप्लाई ये भी रूल राइट. सी बिकॉज if Rajdhani is 16 2/3 slower, 16 2/3 slower, 3% slower. Slower means negative आएगा. So that is what? Minus 16 2/3 upon 100. So this is what? इसको कैसे? See 3 into 16 plus 2 divided by 3 upon 100. In last class we have discussed इसको कैसे लिखना होता है. Then this is what? 50/3 upon 100 by 1. 100 को 100 by 1 लिख सकते हैं. सो इधर कैंसिल हो जाएगा ये, या तो इसको ऊपर लेके कर सकते हैं. सही ए बाई बी अपॉन सी बाई डी कैन बी रिटन एज ए बाई बी इंटू डी बाई सी. ये ऊपर जाएंगे तो ये ऊपर आएगा. सो सिमिलरली इधर ये 50/3 इंटू 1/100 to 1/100. See 51s are and 52s are. So this is 1/6. ये माइनस है. It is here it is minus. So सब जगह माइनस लगा तो it will be minus 1/6. Now faster is plus 1 upon 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 into 100%. So that is 1/5 into 100%. So this is 20. So 20% faster. Shatabdi is faster than Rajdhani by 20%. with ये भी रूल. जहां भी एक चीज फास्टर स्लोअर एक चीज रेजिंग एक चीज डिक्रीज कितने परसेंट हो रहा है, ए का इनकम इतने परसेंट है बी का इनकम कितने परसेंट कम है, यू कैन अप्लाई ये भी रूल. नाउ लेट्स सी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. दिस इज क्वेश्चन asked in UPSC CDS 2010. If salary of X is 20% more than salary of Y, then by how much percentage is the salary of Y less than X? Again same cheese. See X का salary is 20% more. See more means positive. So that is 20/100 plus. See this is 21s are and 5s are. So that is plus 1/5. then apply ये भी rule. कितना less है? So less है तो it will be minus 1/5 plus 1 into 100%. So that is minus 1/6 into 100%. See 6 and 100 if you cancel it, it is 50s are and 3s are. So 50/3. So 50/3 है option में. 50/3 is the answer. If you want you can do it with the normal उसमें भी से yes X salary is 20% more than salary. So let's assume salary of Y is 100. X is 20% more, that is 120. Now, then how much percent is the salary of Y less than X? Y kitna less hai? Y is 20 less than X. So with respect to X, so that is 120 into 100. So this is 20 ones are, and this is 26 jar, and 100 by 60, this is 50, and this is 3. So that is 50 by 3 is the answer. Similarly, easy questions. AB rule. Now let's do next. Okay. Income of A is 20% higher than that of B. The income of B is 25% less than that of C. What percent लेस इज A's इनकम फ्रॉम C's इनकम? अब देखो इसमें ये भी रूल अप्लाई नहीं होगा, बिकॉज ये भी रूल अप्लाइज व्हेन वी हैव टू वेरिएबल्स, A into B is constant, और ये का रेज बी का, दो चीजों में बेसिकली ये भी रूल अप्लाई. हियर वी आर सीइंग ए बी एंड सी, सो ये भी रूल अप्लाई नहीं होता है. तो हियर वी यूज द नॉर्मल ट्रेडिशनल मेथड, दैट इज से income of A is 20% higher than that of B and income of B is 25% less than that of C. अब देखो फाइनल C पे आके रुक रही है, so let's assume C's income is 100. Now income of B is 25% less than C, so B का कितना हो गया 25% less than C, that means 25% less than C, so 100 minus 25% of C, that is 25% of 100, that is 25. So B का इनकम हो गया 100 minus 25, that is 75. ये है B का इनकम, ये है C का इनकम. Now the income of A is 20% higher than that of B. So A का इनकम कितना हो गया is 20% higher than B. See B 75 plus 25% of 75. That is 20% of 75. 20 by 100 into 75. Ones are, fives are, and then 5, 75, 5, 15s are. So plus 15. So income of A is 90. Income of A is 90. Now, what percent less is A's income from C's income? A's income from C's income का कंपेयर हो रहा है, कितना परसेंट लेस है. अब लेस कितना है, लेस इज 100, C का 100 है, माइनस A इज 90, दैट इज 10 रुपीज लेस. 10 लेस है, सो व्हाट परसेंट इज A's इनकम लेस फ्रॉम C's? सो 10 अपॉन C का कंपैरिजन हो रहा है, सो दैट इज 100 into 100%. 100 cancel, so that is 10% less. So option C, 10% is the answer. Here you got, here comparison, what percent less is A's income from C's income? So कितना less है, 10 rupees less है. परसेंटेज में कितना, so 10 upon with respect to whose, क्या हो रहा है, C income से कंपैरिजन हो रहा है, तो C का इनकम नीचे आएगा into 100%. Let's do one more question. This is question asked in CSAT paper 2024. CSAT paper 2024. See, P's salary is 20% lower than Q's salary. अब देखो CDS में ये क्वेश्चन पूछा है 2011 में, CSAT में कब पूछा, 2024 में. That's why we need to be aware of किस तरीके का क्वेश्चन कहाँ पूछ रहा है, क्योंकि उस तरीके का क्वेश्चन यूपीएससी CSAT पेपर में भी आ सकता है. That's why I try to incorporate questions from CDS, SSC, CGL exams जो relevant है CSAT पेपर के लिए. वो see, P's income is 20% lower than Q's salary, which is 20% lower than R's salary. So P, Q and R तीन लोगों का बात हो रही है, तो ये भी रूल अप्लाई नहीं होगा. So अब नॉर्मल मेथड से करना पड़ेगा. नॉर्मल मेथड में सी R का सबसे लास्ट मेंशन हो रहा है, R salary से lower, so let's assume R's salary is 100. Now P's salary is 20% lower than Q's salary, which is 20% lower than R's salary. So Q's salary is what, 20% lower than R's salary, so 100 minus 20% of 100, that is 20. So that is 80. So Q's salary is 80. R's salary is 100. Then P's salary is 20% lower than Q's salary. So Q का salary 80 है and 20% of 80 is 10% is 8. 20% is 8 into 2, that is 16. So P's salary is 80 minus 16, that is 64. So P's salary is 64. हमें आ गया सबका salary. Then how much percent is R's salary more than P's salary? See, R's salary more than P's salary. So R salary कितना बड़ा है? That is 100 minus 64 because P's salary is more than 0. R salary is 36 rupees more than P's salary. Percentage कितना है? That is R salary is how much percentage more than P's salary. So 36 upon P's salary से compare हो रहा है upon 64 into 100%. So we can do the calculation. See, this is 18s are and this is 32s are and this is 9s are and this is 16s are and this is 4 4s are and 4 25s are and 4 4s are. So now it is 25 into 9, that is 225 upon 4. So 225 upon 4 कर लो. 4 5s are 20, then 2 5 4 6 are 24. So we got the answer 56.25% है, बाकी में है नहीं. So अगर if you want to do more, so 1.0 for 2s are 8, then 2 0 4 5s are 20, so remainder 0. So 56.25% is the answer. तो काफी easy question है ये. Like this we can do. Now let's see next question. Say, this is again question asked in CSAT paper 2024. Say, a person buys 3 articles P, Q and R for rupees 3,330. Say, P plus Q plus R, he bought them for 3,330. If P costs 25% more than R and R costs 20% more than Q, then what is the cost of P? अब देखो फिर घूम फिर के see. Q is the last reference. Let's take Q is 100x लेते हैं. 100x because x इसीलिए लिया कि because ये पूरा 3330 दिया. So it will 100 के उसमें लेते हैं. See, then R cost 20% more than Q. So R का cost, see, this is we are assuming let Q का cost is 100x. R का cost is 20% more than Q. So that is 100x plus 20% of x. 20% of Q. That is 100x plus 20 by 100 into 100x. See, 100 cancel. So it is 100x plus 20x. So that is 120x. So R हो गया कितना? Cost, that is अगर Q का 100x है तो R का 120x. Then P cost 25% more than R. So P is 25% more than R. So R, that is 120x plus 25% of 120x. ये हो गया. So this is 120x plus 25 by 100 into 120x. See, 1s are 4s are 4, 3s are 0. So this is 120x plus 30x. So that is 150x. P is 150x. अब मेरे पे आ गया. अब देखो P is 150x plus Q is 100x plus R is 120x is equal to 3330. That is, say this is what, how much? 300, 370. So 370x is equal to 3330. So x is equal to 3330 upon 370. Say 0 cancel. 37, 333. If we do the calculation, we get, see, 37 tens are 370. So 37 nines are, see, 7 into 9, 3s are 7 nines are 63. 63, then 9 threes are 27. 27 plus 6 is 33. Yes. So this is 9. So x is equal to 9. जब x 9 है, then what is the cost of p? Cost of p is what? 150x. So that is 150 into x, that is 9. So 150 into 9 is how much? That is 1350. 1350. So cost of p is 1350. अगर cost of q दिया होता 100x, that is 900. So cost of r hota 120 into 9. So we can easily find out. Okay. Now let's see next. See, this is question asked in UPSC Series 2020. Now this is question based on successive percentage change. So these are questions based on successive percentage change based questions. ये भी आ रहा है, यूपीएससी पूछा हुआ है और पूछ रहा है, so important. Successive percentage change. What is successive percentage change? See, length of rectangle is increased by 10%, the breadth is decreased by 10%, then the area of new triangle is. अभी तक क्या हो रहा था, a into b में is equal to constant हो रहा था, ये भी रूल अप्लाई किया. अभी देखो कि ये इंक्रीज हो रहा है, लेंथ इंक्रीज हो रहा है इसमें, और ब्रेथ डिक्रीज हो रहा है. अब न्यू एरिया ऑफ न्यू रेक्टेंगल ये कांस्टेंट नहीं है. हो सकता है ये भी इंक्रीज हुआ, हो सकता है ये भी डिक्रीज हुआ, हो सकता है ये कांस्टेंट भी रहे. सो नाउ for this kind we will use successive percentage change because there will be a overall change in percentage. That is successive percentage change. Formula is, please note down the formula, then we'll solve the question. See, successive method. Successive method, that is a plus b plus a into b upon 100. This is the formula. 100 और percentage, overall percentage. अब देखो क्या है, कुछ नहीं. See, length of the rectangle is increased by 10%. So ये increased by 10% plus 10%. या percentage है तो plus 10 लिख लो. Then and the breadth is decreased by 10%. So breadth decreased by 10%. So b is what? Minus 10 plus a into b. So a is plus 10 into b is minus 10 upon 100. अब देखो ये plus 10 minus 10 cancel हो गया. So now it is what? See, plus 10 into minus 10, that is minus 100 upon 100. So ये क्या, 100 ones are 100 ones are. So this is what? हमें बचा है minus 1%. So the new area, then the area of new rectangle is what? Minus 1%, that is decreased by 1%. Decreased by 1%. So this is with respect to simple successive method का formula से we can solve it. अब if you want to know कि भाई हो क्या रहा है, वो समझना है, कॉन्सेप्ट समझना है, then let's understand the concept. That is, see, एक rectangle है, this is the rectangle, let's assume. Now length of rectangle is increased by 10%. मान ले, let's take this is the length of the rectangle, that is 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters नहीं तो let's take it as 100 centimeters. Now length is increased by 10%. Increase किया 10% length. ठीक है. So now it became 10% of this, so it became 110 centimeters. Then breadth is decreased by 10%. Abhi, I take breadth as say 50 centimeters. Now breadth is decreased. So now I have decreased the breadth by 10%. So it became this. So breadth is decreased by, so that means 50 minus 5. So this is 45 centimeters. Then this is the new rectangle. Now अब इसका area क्या है? See, area of a rectangle is what? Length into breadth. That is 100 into 50. That is 5000 centimeter square. That is the area of this rectangle. Now area of this rectangle is length into breadth again. That is 110 into 45. So that is 450 into 11. 054054 0594 4950 सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर. अब ओवरऑल एरिया में क्या हुआ? एरिया में डिक्रीज हुआ. कितना डिक्रीज हुआ? सी 1% ऑफ दिस, दैट इज 50 सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर डिक्रीज हुआ. सो इट बिकेम, सो एरिया इज डिक्रीज्ड बाय 1%. यही सेम चीज इधर आया. अब हमें इतना करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट वी कैन, व्हाट वी कैन डू इज सक्सेसिव मेथड. सिंपल लगा लिया फॉर्मूला, यू विल गेट द आंसर. नहीं तो इधर एक एग्जाम्पल लेके करना पड़ेगा, which is time consuming. वो afford नहीं कर सकता CSAT पेपर में. Now let's do one more question, you will get more clarity. See, this is question asked in CSAT 2014. बस अप्लाई किया है. A gardener increase the area of his rectangular garden by increasing its length by 40%, decreasing its width by 20%. The area of new garden is simple. देखो, सक्सेसिव मेथड, a प्लस b प्लस ए बी बाई 100. अब क्या हो रहा है? रेक्टेंगल गार्डन बाई इंक्रीजिंग इट्स लेंथ बाई 40%, सो प्लस 40, एंड डिक्रीजिंग इट्स विड्थ बाई 20%, सो माइनस 20, प्लस 40 इंटू माइनस 20 अपॉन 100. So this is 40 minus 20 is 20. Then 40, see 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel. So this is 4 into minus 2, that is minus 8. So this is what? 12. 20 minus 8 is 12. So that is 12%. So new area, the area of new garden has increased by 12%. Has increased by 12%. अगर इसी को, if I can do it, I can do, say, length increased by 40%. I can do the calculation. Normal method से, which is time consuming. Simple AB method से we can easily get. Now let's do next. See, this is question asked in CSAT paper 2022. CSAT paper 2022. Again देखो, अब इधर the increase in price of certain item was 25%. Then the price was decreased by 20%. Then again increased by 10%. अब देखो क्या हो रहा है? एक बार इंक्रीज हो रहा है, फिर डिक्रीज हो रहा है, फिर इंक्रीज हो रहा है, ऐसा. The resultant increase in the price is resultant increase. So A plus B plus AB by 100. Successive percentage change. Successive percentage change. इधर भी क्या हो रहा है? सक्सेसिव परसेंटेज चेंज. एक बार इंक्रीज हुआ, एक बार कभी डिक्रीज हुआ, कभी इंक्रीज हुआ. सो सक्सेसिव परसेंटेज चेंज. सो दिस इज फॉर्मूला ऑफ सक्सेसिव परसेंटेज चेंज. सो अप्लाई करते हैं ना. सी, द इंक्रीज इन प्राइस ऑफ सर्टेन आइटम वाज 25%, सो प्लस 25%. then the price was decreased by 20%, so minus 20%, plus 25 into minus 20 upon 100. So ये हो गया 25 minus 20, so this is 5, and this is C. 0 0 cancel, and 2 1s are and 2 5s are, and 5 1s are and 5 5s are, and minus है तो minus 5. so that is 0%. अब 0% है ये, we have applied with 25 and 20. Now we will use another successive formula, that is a plus b plus ab upon 100. दो सक्सेसिव फॉर्मूला अब किस पे अप्लाई करेंगे, एक 0%, so this is 0, then again increased by 10%, इस पे अप्लाई करेंगे, so that is plus 10 plus 0 into 10 upon 100. अब देखो 0 into 10 is 0, ये तो पूरा 0 upon 100 is 0, ये 0 हो गया, so overall 0 plus 10 is 10, so overall it is 10% increase. Overall what is the resultant increase in the price, that is 10%. so अगर दो ही हुआ दिया होता है, एक प्राइस इंक्रीज बाय दिस परसेंट फिर डिक्रीज बाय दिस परसेंट, सो इधर तक काम खत्म हो जाता, बट हमें एक और दिया है, तो जो रिजल्ट इसका आया उसके साथ अगेन सक्सेसिव परसेंटेज मेथड अप्लाई करो, यू विल गेट द फाइनल रिजल्टेंट. सो ये हो गया सक्सेसिव मेथड से सक्सेसिव परसेंटेज चेंज का सॉल्व करना. देन देयर इज नॉर्मल ट्रेडिशनल मेथड से भी कर सकता है ये. से the increase in price of certain item was 25%. Let's assume the price of certain item is 100 rupees. Now first increase of 25%, that is plus 25%. See, that is 100, price 100 है, उसका increase हुआ ना 100 plus 25%, that is 125 हो गया अभी. इसके बाद then the price was decreased by 20%, अब इसका माइनस 20% हुआ, डिक्रीज हुआ, सो 125 माइनस 20% ऑफ 125, सो 125 माइनस 20% ऑफ 12.5, सो 20% ऑफ 125 इज 25, राइट. सो 12.5 इज 10%, सो 12.5 प्लस 12.5 इज 25, सो दिस इज 100 हो गया अभी प्राइस. नाउ देन अगेन इंक्रीज बाय 10%, अब इसका हुआ अगेन इंक्रीज बाय 10%, 10% बढ़ा तो 100 प्लस 10% ऑफ 100, दैट इज 110 रुपीज हो गया. अब देन व्हाट इज द रिजल्टेंट इंक्रीज इन द प्राइस, अब रिजल्टेंट इंक्रीज इन द प्राइस भाई पहले 100 रुपीज थी वो शुरू में, अभी ये हो गया 110, सो कितना परसेंट इंक्रीज हुआ, दैट इज 10%. जब 10% इंक्रीज हुआ तब 1%, सो ऑप्शन बी 10% इज द आंसर. मतलब इधर तक ओवरऑल 10% इंक्रीज हुआ, 100 से 110 बन गया. नाउ लेट्स सी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. See, this is again question asked in CSAT paper 2021. If the price of an article is decreased by 20%, so let's do it with successive method, a plus b plus ab upon 100, successive percentage change. So decreased by 20%, so minus 20, price of an article decreased by 20%, and then the new price is increased by 25%, so plus 25 plus a is minus 20 and b is 25 upon 100, so this is plus 5, 25 minus 20, so plus 5, so it is 1s are and it is 4s are and it is 4s are, it is 5s are, so into minus, so it is minus 5, so minus 5 minus 5, that is 0. So the what is the net change in the price, net change in the price is 0%. so this is with the successive method. Let's do with the traditional. See, let's assume price of an article is 100 rupees, price of an article is decreased by 20%, so 20% decrease हुआ minus 20%, so 20% decrease होते हैं, see 100 minus 20% of 100, that is 80 हो गया ये. then the new price is increased by 25%, so plus 25%, so 80 plus 25% of 80, see 80 plus 25% of 80, because इसी का वो हुआ ना, so 80 plus 25% of 80 is what, see 25 by 100 into 80, see 1s are 4s are, see 4 2s are 20, so again 20 increase हुआ, so 80 plus 20 is 100 हो गया. now what is the net change in the price, अब net change कुछ नहीं है, 100 का 100 भी बचा अभी, so 0% change, 0% change, so net change in the price is 0%. Say, from this question on, these are questions which I call them as UPSC's favorite, because every 1 or 2 years UPSC has been asking these kind of questions. See, look at this question asked in CSAT paper 2015. A candidate in a competitive examination consisted of 60% men and 40% women. So let's take, there are 100 candidates, out of which 60% are men. That means 60 men and 40% are women. 40% of 100 is 40, that is women. Now again, why we are taking, sir हो सकता है transgender भी हो, right? But वो सब नहीं होगा, either it is men or women 100%. So that's why 60% men we take 60 and 40%. That's what it means, like it is 100%. There are no other genders, only men and women. Then 70% of men and 75% of women clear the qualifying test and enter the final test. See, 70% of men, that is 70% of 60. See, 10% is 6. 6 into 7 is 42. So 42 men out of 60 men, which is 70%, cleared. Cleared. Then अगर 42 cleared है, the remaining is 60 minus 42, that is 18. 18 not cleared. Not cleared the qualifying test. Now 75% of women cleared the qualifying. Out of women, see, 40 is 100%, 75% is, see, 10 is 4, 10 into 7 is 28, 28 is 70%, then 5% is 2, so that is 30. Out of 40, 30 women cleared and remaining 10 not cleared. Not cleared, and they enter the final test. So these are the ones who enter the final test. Who enter the final test, and where 80% men successful and 70% women were successful. So out of these 42, 80%, that is, see, 10% is 4.2. 4.2 into 8 are successful. अब देखो वो फ्रैक्शन में आएगा 4.2 into 8. So अगर फ्रैक्शन में अवॉइड करना है, so let's take this 0, 1000 ले लो. So 600, 400, this would be 420, and this is 300, this is 180, and this is 100. So this is 42 into 8 हो जाएगा. So 42 into 8, 8 2s are 16, and 8 4s are 32. 32 plus 1, that is 33. So 336 are successful. 336 men are successful. Now here, for women, 70% of women were successful. So 70% of 300. So 10% is 30. 30 into 7, that is 210 are successful. 210 women are successful. If we take 1000. So now, which among the following success rate is higher for women? Let's see this later. Overall success rate is below 50%. अब देखो ओवरऑल सक्सेस रेट कितना, 336 plus 210, that is 6 4 546, which is what, 50%. See, 1000 में से 546 लोग सेलेक्ट हुआ. सक्सेस रेट इज अबोव 50%. मोर मेन क्लियर द एग्जामिनेशन देन वुमेन. यस, मेन कितने क्लियर किया, 336. वुमेन कितने क्लियर, 210. सो दिस इज करेक्ट. बोथ ए एंड बी आर करेक्ट. नो, बी तो इनकरेक्ट है. सक्सेस रेट इज हाइयर फॉर वुमेन. वुमेन में क्या है, 400 में से 210 सक्सेस हुआ, बट मेन में 600 में से 336 सक्सेस हुआ. अगर सक्सेस रेट इफ वी वांट टू फाइंड आउट, दैट इज व्हाट, 336 are successful out of 600 into 100. Then 210 are successful out of 400 into, see, 0 0 0 0 cancel. See, 336 by 6, if we cancel it, it is 56% success rate. And among men, see, 4 5s are 20, See, this is 52.5% success rate if you do the calculations. So success rate is higher for women? No. Success rate is higher for men, which is 56%, and for women it is 52.5%. इस तरीके के क्वेश्चंस इंपॉर्टेंट है आ रहा है. लेट्स सी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. See, this is question asked in CSAT paper 2021. In a class, 60% of the students are from India and 50% of the students are girls. If 30% of the Indian students are girls, then what is the percentage of foreign students are boys? See, there are, say, 100 students, out of which 60% of the students are India. So that means 60 are from India, Indians. अब 60 इंडियंस है, इसका मतलब क्या है? 40 आर नॉन इंडियंस और फॉरेनर्स. सो या तो कोई इंडिया का हो सकता है या तो इंडिया का नहीं है. दैट इज द ओनली टू पॉसिबल केसेस. सो नॉन इंडियन. नाउ सी, एंड 50% ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स आर गर्ल्स. अब देखो, 50% गर्ल्स, दैट मीन्स देयर आर 50 गर्ल्स एंड 50 बॉयज. Because in these kind of questions we only take two genders. अगर 50% of the students are girls है, that means 50 are girls and 50 are boys. If 30% of the Indian students are girls, see, इस 60 में से 30% है वो girls है, that is 30% of 60. 10% is 6, 6 into 3 is 18. So 18 Indian students are girls. अगर 18 girls है, 60 minus 18, that is 42 बॉयज हो गया. सो 42 बॉयज. ठीक है. नाउ देखो, नॉन इंडियंस में से टोटल देर आर 50 बॉयज एंड 50 गर्ल्स. अगर इधर 42 बॉयज इधर आ गया नॉन इंडियंस, सो रिमेनिंग इज व्हाट? 42 plus 8 is 50. So 8 boys who are non Indian. And see here, see, 18 girls है. See, 32 plus 18 is 50. So 32 girls. So 40 में से 32 girls है, 8 boys. We got the information. Now, then what percentage of foreign students are boys? Foreign students means this 40. So 40 में से कितने boys है? That is 88. 8 are boys. 80 is what percent of 40 into 100? यही है. So this is 0 0 cancel, 4 1s are and 4 2s are. 2 into 10 is 20%. So 20% of the foreign students are boys. Option D is the answer. Right? Basically it is 8 is what percent of 40? 8 is 20% of 40. Now let's see next question. See, this is question asked in some SSC CGL exam. Let's solve this question. See, in a constituency, 40% of the voters are senior citizens. See, 100, let's assume 100 are the total voters in a constituency. 40% of the voters are senior citizens. 40 are senior citizens. And if 40% are senior citizens, the remaining are what? Non-senior citizens. या तो senior citizen हो या तो नहीं हो. So 60 are non-senior citizens. Then 40% of the senior citizen voters are illiterate. So 40 senior citizens है. Senior citizens में 40% are illiterate. That is 10% is 4. 4 into 4 is 16. 16 are illiterate. 16 illiterate है, तो 24 are literate. And 25% of the non-senior voters are literates. Non-senior में 25% से, that is 20% is 6, 10% is 6, 6 into 2 is 12. 12 plus 5% is 3. 12 plus 3 is 15 are literate. ठीक है. अगर 15 literate है, so remaining are what? Remaining 45 are illiterate. Either you are literate or you are illiterate. So then by what percentage is the number of senior citizen voters less than that of illiterate non-senior citizens voters? By what percentage the number of senior citizen voters, number of literate senior citizen voters less than literate senior citizen voters is 24. 24 is literate senior citizens. वो कितना परसेंटेज लेस है voters less than that of illiterate non-senior citizens? So that is 45. So 45 is how much percentage less? Right. See difference. The number of literate senior citizen voters less than that of illiterate non-senior citizens voters less than that. See 45 minus 24 that is 21. So 21 कम है और percentage terms में कितना है? See that is 21 upon 45 with comparison to illiterate non-senior citizens. So that is 45 into 100%. So that is, say 5 9s are 5, 20s are, and this is 3 3s are, and this is 3 7s are. This is 7, that is 140 by 3. So 140 by 3, 3 4s are 12, then 2 0, 3 6 are 18. So this is 2. So 46 2 by 3. 46 2 by 3. So 46 2 by 3 is the answer. So here it is important to note down by what percentage number of literate senior citizens less than that of illiterate senior citizen. By what percentage? So कितना less है वो निकालना है पहले. Then 21 is what percent of 45? ये count करना है. Now let's see next question. See. This is question asked in CSAT paper 2019. 2019. Again ये काफी important question है. Important type of question in a conference. Out of a total 100 participants, 70 are Indians. ठीक है, 100 participants, 70 are Indians. At 70 Indians है, it is implicit that non-Indians 30 है. Then if 60 of the total participants are vegetarian, so अगर 60 vegetarian है, then which of the following statements is correct? अब देखो 60% of the total participants are vegetarian. See, Indians का नहीं है. So here out of 100, 60 are veg and 40 are non-veg. So either you are veg, अगर veg नहीं है तो you are non-veg. Egg वगैरह कुछ नहीं है, vegetarian ये नहीं है, veg non-veg देते हैं. So that is 10. अब देखो 60 vegetarians है. Now at least 30 Indian participants are vegetarian, at least 10 Indian participants are non-vegetarian. Now there are two cases possible here. That is, one is हो सकता है 60 के वेजिटेरियंस इंडियंस है. अगर 60 के 60 इंडियंस है, that means the remaining 10 Indians they are non-veg. So Indians का range is this. अगर इस केस में 60 वेजिटेरियंस अगर इंडियंस है, so नॉन इंडियंस में 0 वेजिटेरियंस होंगे. एंड अगर 0 वेजिटेरियंस है, so रिमेनिंग 30 और नॉन वेज. अब देखो सी हियर नॉन वेज 10 प्लस 30 40 आ गया. वेज 60 प्लस 0 दैट इज 60 आ गया. दिस इज फर्स्ट केस. एंड सेकेंड एक्सट्रीम केस, वी आर टेकिंग एक्सट्रीम केसेस. हो सकता है 60 वेजिटेरियंस है, 60 वेजिटेरियंस एंड 40 नॉन वेजिटेरियंस. नाउ हो सकता है 40 के 40 नॉन वेजिटेरियंस इंडियंस है, सेकेंड एक्सट्रीम केस. एंड अगर 40 नॉन वेजिटेरियंस इंडियंस है, सो द रिमेनिंग 30 वुड बी वेज. अब 40 नॉन वेजिटेरियंस इधर आ गया, सो टोटल नॉन वेजिटेरियंस 40 है, सो इधर नॉन वेजिटेरियंस वुड बी 0. एंड 0 नॉन वेजिटेरियंस इधर है, सो 30 वुड बी वेज. अगेन इधर देखो, वेज प्लस वेज, वेज 60 हो गया, नॉन वेज हो गया. सो दीज आर द टू एक्सट्रीम केसेस. सो दैट मीन्स फ्रॉम दिस वी कैन से दैट इंडियंस है, इंडियंस वेजिटेरियंस रेंज इज व्हाट, 30 to 60. इंडियन वेज रेंज इज 30 to 60. 30 तो कम से कम इंडियंस वेजिटेरियंस होंगे होंगे. एंड इंडियंस नॉन वेज रेंज इज व्हाट, नॉन वेज रेंज इज से 10 to 40. 10 to 40. सो 10 तो नॉन वेजिटेरियंस होंगे होंगे इंडियंस, और 40 हो सकता है एक्सट्रीम. दीज आर द स्पेक्ट्रम रेंज, इसी रेंज में होंगे. सी इंडियंस वेजिटेरियंस 30 हो सकता है, 31 हो सकता है, 32 हो सकता है, 60 हो सकता है, बट 60 से ज्यादा नहीं हो सकते. सिमिलरली इंडियन नॉन वेजिटेरियंस 10 हो सकता है, 11 हो सकता है, 39 हो सकता है, बट 40 हो सकता है, 40 से ज्यादा नहीं हो सकते. सिमिलरली नॉन इंडियन वेज इज 0 to 30. सी दिस इज द रेंज, 0 हो सकता है, 0 to 30 हो सकता है. देन नॉन इंडियन नॉन वेज, उनका रेंज है अगेन 0 to 30. So from this, at least 30 Indian participants are vegetarians. Indian veg is yes, at least 30 तो होंगे होंगे, 30 तो मिनिमम होंगे, 30 से कम नहीं हो सकता, राइट. At least 10 Indian participants are non-vegetarians. Indian participants non-vegetarians, yes. At least 10 तो होंगे होंगे, 10 हो सकता है, 11 हो सकता है, but 40, so at least 10 तो होंगे होंगे. So both 1 and 2 are correct. So in these questions we take the two extreme cases, उससे range आएगा, range से we can solve questions. Now let's see next question. Similar type of question, you will get more clarity. Say similar type of question asked in CSAT paper 2021. So ये क्योंकि ये कुछ फॉर्मूला बेस्ड नहीं है, सो दीज क्वेश्चंस आर इंपॉर्टेंट और लॉजिकल रीजनिंग बेस्ड है, लॉजिक अप्लाई करना पड़ता है, सोचना पड़ता है इनमें. सो इसीलिए ये क्वेश्चंस इंपॉर्टेंट है एंड यूपीएससी का फेवरेट भी है. लेट्स सी, इन ए ग्रुप ऑफ 120%, 80 आर इंडियंस, 80 इंडियंस है, एंड रेस्ट आर फॉरेनर्स, दैट इज 40 आर फॉरेनर्स. Rest are foreigners. Further, 70% in the group can speak English. So 70, let's say 70 can speak English, and remaining 50, 70 गया तो remaining 50 can't speak English. Can't speak English. Can't speak English. Now, see. Okay, first case, take one extreme. भाई 70 जो इंग्लिश में बात कर सकता है, टेक वो सारे के सारे इंडियंस होंगे. अगर 70 इधर आ गया, कैन स्पीक इंग्लिश, जो इंग्लिश में बात कर सकता है, और रिमेनिंग 10 है, सो इंग्लिश में बात नहीं कर सकते, इंग्लिश में बात नहीं कर सकते. अब इधर फॉरेनर्स में क्या हो गया भाई, जो इंग्लिश सब बात कर रहा है वो सब इंडियंस हो गया. सो इधर 0 जो इंग्लिश में बात कर सकते हैं, एंड 40 जो इंग्लिश में बात नहीं कर सकते हैं. सिमिलरली सेकेंड केस, इंडियंस इधर 70 ले लिया, सो इधर 0 ले लो. जो इंग्लिश में बात कर सकता है वो 0 हो सकता है क्या, नहीं हो सकता, बिकॉज ना. अभी ये ले लेते हैं 50 कांट स्पीक इंग्लिश, सारे इंडियंस है. 50 कांट स्पीक इंग्लिश, वो सारे इंडियंस है. 50 कांट स्पीक है, सो बाकी 30 कैन स्पीक हो गया इंडियंस में. अब ये हो गया सी. अब 30 कैन स्पीक इंग्लिश, सो हियर फॉरेनर्स में 30, सो इंग्लिश जो बोल सकता है वो 70 है, सो 40 कैन स्पीक इंग्लिश, एंड 40 एंड 0 can't speak English because 50 इधर आ गया, so 0 can't speak English. So range क्या हो गया? Then the number of Indians who can speak English is, see वो हो गया 32. Indians who can speak English is 30 to 70. 30 to 70 is the range for Indians who can speak English. So 30 or more, 30 या 30 से ज्यादा. अगर explicitly देना है तो 30 or more up till 70, वो that is the exact, but 30 or more. अब देखो 20 नहीं है, by who can speak English is 20, no, here 30 can speak, here 70 can speak, 30 by here 70 can speak, no, 30 or less, no, less तो कभी है नहीं. This is the, now with this we are done with percentage topic. We try to cover all types of questions, and if you want to prepare comprehensively, you can click on the link given below in the description and you can buy CSAT FIT course. CSAT FIT complete course. It covers everything from basic level. Your entire CSAT paper will be covered. So you can buy the course and you can prepare your CSAT paper completely from this course.